Now, today's flavor of fuel is going to be Dello 1540, and it's also going to be mixed with some 530, some 1030, and whatever other motor oils that we have around here. Now, this oil has been sitting for probably, 3 months, maybe longer. It's just all of our used motor oils from this and everything else. So, just straight in the tank. Now this looks to have some transmission fluid in it. That would be from my '88 Ford Festiva. So this fluid's pretty close to 40 years old. Now I've ran this on motor oil before, and it seems to get a lot better mileage than just normal diesel. I've seen 25 miles to the gallon on the freeway. Let's put a little bit of English on it. Yeah, I've seen up to 25 miles to the gallon on the freeway going about 55, 60. This is a 91 7.3 liter IDI turbo diesel motor. It seems to have a little bit higher exhaust temperature, but I believe that's because the oil has a lot more energy in it than just normal diesel. Now we're doing our part for the environment on recycling. Oh, there's a little bit. Yes, we're doing our part for the environment by recycling the motor oil right back into the motor. The motor oil is normally pretty clean because it passes through the engine's oil filter like multiple times, and most of the dirt and gunk will come from whenever you're draining the oil, either some dirt drips into the pan or if you just have a dirty pan to begin with. This is a 3-gallon container that I'm dumping in right now. I'm going to dump in until there's probably 2 or 3 quarts left because we want to keep it from sucking up the stuff on the bottom of the tank. Now I've ran this like a few times before. I've ran used motor oil for maybe 1,000, 2,000 miles. See? That's 3 gallons right there. Let's grab another, probably 3 gallons. This is a cat container, because we have cats, and these are very good containers for that. So, yep, can't be wasting any now. So I put the dirt pan down. Now this is a 1973 Ford F250 4x4 Highboy truck. I rebuilt this truck completely by myself. It took me maybe 6 months start to finish. And I'm getting ready to tear it down again and change out the axles to those Super Duty axles, because the Dana 44 that's in the truck doesn't do very good, and I think I stripped out the ring gear, but I'm not entirely sure. So it's going to have Super Duty axles from a 2006 F250, 6.4 or 6 liter. I'm not entirely sure which one or motor it had, but it'll be 373s front and back. It'll be using the Super Duty coil springs. That's what I'm going to be working on this weekend. So that'll give me disc brakes all the way around. So that's a great upgrade in of itself. And I might even be able to get a working parking brake out of that. This is an 18-gallon behind-the-seat in-cab tank. I believe I had about half a tank of diesel in it. Let's give this a little bit more. And might go just one more little splash. I'm going to call that good out of this. And now, because it is winter, diesel fuel is thick. We're going to get some gas, or the motor oil is thick. We've got a little bit of gasoline to hopefully thin it back down to about the consistency of diesel, so it's easier on the fuel pump. You're going to want to go, about that much gasoline. And then we'll give it some more oil until it's full. But yeah, the gas is to help thin it down. This is a diesel motor. It will run on a little bit of gas like that. And then once I fire it up, I'll go ahead and show what the fuel looks like coming out of that air purge valve that this motor has. Now it does smoke quite a bit more when it is running the motor oil. I think that's cool myself. You can also kind of smell the motor oil. There might even be some gear oil in this mixture. It's good for it. It can burn lots of oils. Do you guys think it'll run? I think it will. We've maybe spilt a quarter of a quart on the floor. It's not terrible. And then once I get these all dumped in, I'll show you guys what the bottom of the jugs look like after sitting for quite a few months, so you can see all of the sediment and stuff that has settled down. Damn it. Whoops. I can hear stuff in this one. A little bit more. This was probably close to 9 gallons of motor oil that we've dumped in, and I would say she's full. That'll get dumped back in. You know, that's good for the paint. It's rust preventative. Oops. Well, take your bets now. Do we think she'll fire off? I'm going to go ahead and give it probably 2 cycles with the glow plugs. It's been sitting a little over a week and a half. It's probably 25 degrees outside. And here's how I get in my truck. You see it's so tall. I grab the roof. You don't want to grab the steering wheel. I paid like $700 for this column, so I'm not going to be grabbing on the steering wheel for that. We are cycling the glow plugs. We're letting the fuel pump pump. We've got the cold time in advance on. I'm going to put my foot to the floor, and I'm turning off the glow plugs right about now. Foot to the floor. Here we go. And let it warm up for about 5 more minutes, and then I'll get back on this video and we'll go ahead and look at the fuel. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is quite smoky. This is an old IDI diesel motor. We've got a full tank of motor oil. Let's get down by the exhaust. Very minimal, considering it's a diesel motor. We're just
diesel motor. And like I said, let's get a look at the fuel coming out. That is motor oil. A little bit of a weak stream, but it is running. See, that's what is running through the motor right now. So you can see how it seems to like the motor oil. So, yes, you can run motor oil and a diesel motor. And can you just have a cooler truck than this? I mean, come on, just look at it. So go ahead and subscribe to see more videos of my truck. This is probably one of the last times that we'll see it with these wheels and tires, because next it's going to be torn down and we're going to be putting these axles with these wheels and some big 37-inch by 13.5 by R20 mud tires on it. So yeah, go ahead and follow it so you can follow my build.